Some of us in our offices, when the young ladies come for interview and they look good, come on. We shouldn't say because we've got somebody on video, we are pointing us. We are all, some of us are all guilty of it. Let's stop trying to be hypocrite. It's everywhere we do it. Ladies do it. I blame some of the ladies before they go there, the way they look. They know how men see. What men see attracts them.
Hello and welcome to YEN TV. My name is Philippa Butiati, and today on the show, I am having a chat with Reverend Dr. Charlotte Oduro on some of the issues that are trending in Ghana, and also we'll get to know her better. And then we'll also get to find out, the reason behind some of her rather, let me say, uncommon opinion on issues. So, Reverend, good to have you.
I'm honored to be here.
I hope you're fine.
I'm blessed.
Okay, so quickly, let me get to know a little bit about you. And can you tell me about yourself, what you do?
Okay, Reverend Charlotte Oduro. I'm married to Apostle Dr. Solomon Oduro. I have 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. And I don't do anything, I preach. I'm a woman of God, and that's all. It's all about the work of God. Anywhere God calls me, I just go. Yes, and I do a side business, small things, keep me going. That's it.
Okay, so, I got to know of you, I think somewhere this year. Where have you been all this while, and what brought you to the spotlight?
I've been there, things. I've been there. Maybe because I've been preaching all this while. Because I've been married for 12 years, and I'm married to a man of God. And before I even got married, I was into ministry, like I was singing everywhere. But I think I answered one question, and it became something else. And the whole people were like, why is she saying that about marriage issue? So I've been there since. But because I was preaching, that society normally don't care much about those who are preaching good. So when I talk about something that is not common in marriage, that is when everybody got to know. But I've been there already for years.
All right, so we'll talk about some of those things pretty shortly. But let me pick your take on one issue that is developing. It's like a fluid story, and it's running in Ghana now. It's the BBC expose, the documentary Sex for Grades. First of all, what do you think about the documentary? There are divided opinions. Some people are thinking it's bad, others are thinking it's the good thing. What do you think about it?
Really, I don't need the BBC to tell me whether this is going on or it's not going on. It's been going on. So the BBC are not the ones to prompt us. We all know it. We've ignored it. And the BBC bringing out won't change anything. It is us to make a decision to stop it. So whether it's good or it's bad with the video and all that, really, I don't have any take in that. Because something that already exists, are we saying we've not heard it or we don't know? One way or the other, there is a woman at the top there who has been through the same thing, but nobody's talking about it. So it's already there. And we refuse to talk about it because there's no help for it. For the girl child, there's no help. So there's nothing like a news. It's just a normal thing that is there. So I have nothing to say about it.
Have you had a personal experience?
Oh, not on campus, but I've had it before because I'm a woman. I've seen it with men of God before. I've seen it with ordinary men trying to have their way with you. It's everywhere. So it's a normal thing.
Can you share one of the experiences? But let's say with one man of God, not necessarily mention him.
Oh no, I will not mention him. The fact was that I believed in most men of God those days. So it was hard for you to convince me when it comes to a man of God. And those days, that particular man of God, I trusted him so much. So let me say I was naive. I didn't know anything. And one afternoon, we were going to the forest, and they told me that go meet him at his place and take something and bring to the forest. Not knowing it was a fallacy, nothing like that. So when I got there, he wanted to have his way. It took God to bring me out without him touching me. But everything got on. It was a struggle, but I was able to come out from that.
So at that point, what did you do? Did you report? Did you try to, seek help?
I didn't seek help, but I told my head pastor. Because it's through him I know the man of God. And that man of God is under my head pastor. So I just confronted and told him, and he was ready to report it. But I had this fear of being the one to implicate a man of God. I was afraid of this kind of thing called curse and all that, So I said, I'm not ready to go to the police, but I've learned my lesson, and that opened my eyes concerning men of God, and I was very careful. Some of us in our offices, when the young ladies come for interview and they look good, come on. We shouldn't say because we've got somebody on video, we are pointing us. Some of us are all guilty of it. Let's stop trying to be hypocrites. It's everywhere we do it. Ladies do it. I blame some of the ladies before they go there, the way they look. They know how men see. What men see attracts them. So we, the ladies, needs to know when to say stop and when to say I'm not going there for anything. If I say I'm not allowing you to sleep with me, then let me fail. You can take your grades. Do I care? We've allowed things to stop us, society to tell us what we have to do. If I say no, will the man kill me? Oh, no. They should say no. Because they say, with us, we're talking about it. It's not stopping now. Because some of the men are not stopping. They are still making love with these young girls. So it takes God to touch them to stop it.
Now let's talk about the controversial comprehensive sexuality education. I think if people are educated properly, like you said, if girls know what they stand for, they will be able to resist some of these attempts. At what age do you think children should be exposed to first sex education?
Sorry, with me, I have kids. And I don't want any teacher to be the first person to teach my child about sex education. I want to do it myself. Because that teacher doesn't know how I want my child to be. Sometimes they say that the teachers, there are some people when they have the money, they refuse for their kids to go to class for them to be taught. They teach their kids in the house. They get teachers to teach them to vote for them to go and write because they don't want their kids to live a life of the way the teachers want to teach. Some of the teachers are even morally not correct. So I want to teach my child because I have girls. My first girl is 10 years. Let me tell you the things she knows. She knows about menstruation. She knows about sex. She knows about blood covenant. Yes. Sometimes when she comes, she asks me questions, and I have to sit there and tell her, yes, what you heard with your friends, it may be true, but listen to what mommy also have got to say. I always tell my child that if any teacher teaches you something against what mommy has told you, don't listen to the teacher. Because what mommy says is final. So if I want my child to be a good person, to be a good role model, I need to impact into my child. The teacher can also add something to it. But I don't want my child to look at the teacher and listen to the teacher more than me. No. So parents have roles to teach your child. When you see your child and you know your child is ready to learn or she's ready to hear what the things you need to tell the child, tell her. So my child knows everything. So when I'm going to have my menses, I teach them how to do it because they're girls. I have 2 girls. So I teach them, come room. Mommy's having a menses. This is how it is. You wear your pants like doing this. So I'm teaching my child. 1 is 9, 1 is 8. I started teaching them when we're even 5. Little things they need to know about their parts. No, don't let any guy hold or do this. I started teaching them way back there. I have my boy, he's 3 years. You know, when the sisters are bathing, he goes there and says, hey, look at your buttocks. He's making fun of it. Then my girl said, don't do it. Mommy says it's wrong. And so now he's careful that when he sees a woman's buttock, he can't touch. Because mommy will beat you for it. He's just 3 years. No, when he gets into the bathroom, you see the father bathing, my boy will just walk out. Because mommy says when you see somebody bathing, you don't need to go there, get out. He's just 3 years. I need to teach him. I don't know when somebody will tell him something. So now I need to tell him things that he needs to know. I am the one that gave birth to them. I am the one that wants something best out of them. I'm the one paying fees. It is good a teacher will impact, but please, I need to do my role. So I'm doing mine. So the parents also do their own.
Okay, so anybody who has suffered sexual abuse, particularly students of the University of Ghana, other institutions, ladies, sometimes if they come out to share their experiences, their first reaction is, oh, you're a spoiled kid. What were you wearing before you went to see the lecturer? So some of them are intimidated to come out. How would you advise them to, address it? Any girl who has been abused sexually by someone in authority, what are the steps a person should take?
You see, the kind of fear of what people will say, how people will look at you, how they will treat you, that thing needs to stop. You see, we should stop always thinking about how people feel about us and forget about ourselves. Somebody has abused you. And you're afraid to talk about it. And because people will say, what were you wearing? Some of you will wear gown. They will still abuse you. Some men don't care what you're wearing. They just want to have a feeling and go. I want the ladies to hear this. People will talk. But almost people will have something to say. Be yourself. Expose them. Yes, you made mistake. There are people who are pointing hands there as if they are angels. When people make mistakes, like the media, you all know it. When someone's issues comes, everybody's popping at it, saying things to bring the person down. Come on, you see, in this society that we are in, whether you do good or you do bad, somebody somewhere doesn't like you, will do everything to just intimidate you. Intimidate them, don't let them intimidate you. That's what I believe. If you want to intimidate me, I will intimidate you. If you want to try to stop me, I will stop you, because there is something you are saying that you don't want me to get there. The moment I see somebody trying to attack me, then I know the person is afraid of me. It's afraid of my strength. It's afraid of what I carry. Then it tells me, gather yourself, go, hide, build yourself, and come and hit the person so hard. Hit the person in a way that they will be shocked you did it. So don't let anybody intimidate you. Yes, you have been abused. Come out boldly and say it. Don't be afraid of them, and stop them if they want to abuse you. Put a stop to them. Tell them no, and no should be final.
Right. So still on the BBC expose, what do you think the University of Ghana should do to lecturers that were caught and other lecturers that have been found culpable? What do you think the university should do to them?
You see, even some of them that we want them to take judgment, they also have issues, though their videos are not out. So what I would say is that I will talk to my beautiful young ladies that we don't need any authority to punish anybody. I need my young ladies to punish those men. We don't need any authority. Let me tell you, they will try to say something, they are pinning them. Oh, it's a lie. Don't wait for any authority to come and bring something on the media. Oh, we suspended them. I don't need anyone to suspend anybody to make me happy. But I need to stand out to those lecturers and stop them. Your young ladies can do it. They can stop them. They can expose them. They will put them at the right place. It will take these young ladies to do it. I don't need any authority, because some of the authorities, they are even worse. Their videos are not yet out. Maybe it will be out soon, and it will be very nasty. So who is going to judge you? Young ladies, please don't wait for anybody. Fight for your own.
Right. So away from the sex for grade scandal, let's talk about you. Did you really say that if your husband is cheating on you, you should still appreciate him?
Why should I leave my husband? You said my husband. You said my boyfriend. You said my husband.
Yeah.
For better, for worse. If you cheat and come, I'll still sleep with him. He's my husband. The Bible told me not to hold my body. My body is for my husband. His body is mine. And if he decides to share part of his body to anybody, I will deal with him in prayer, because that's what the Bible told me. So I'm not leaving my husband for anybody today, forever, till I die. Nobody will take my husband. Even if he wants to be a side chick and give birth 20 for my husband, he's still my husband. You are a side chick.
So what if he brings you an STI or STD?
He will bring me. He won't bring me. Do you know why? I'm a woman that knows how to pray. A woman who knows how to go on her knees. I'm a woman who understands the biblical things in this world. I'm a woman that I don't want to go against the biblical rules. The Bible told me to submit and for him to love me. And if he want to cheat, I will deal with him in prayer. Quietly in my room, I'll go naked and deal with my husband in prayer. I'm not killing him, but I'm breaking that thing he's using for that woman. Anytime you go close to that woman, that thing cannot erect. But the moment he comes to me, it will work. If people will go to juju and get power to get people's men, I can also do the same thing with God. My husband can take any woman he wants to get. He can buy a car for them, but this thing, it can't work. But when it comes to me, it is mine. I take over, it will work. So no STDs or whatever they call it. With my own, it doesn't happen. Unless you don't know how to pay, you'll be fine. Why did you go to? I don't believe in shouting at my husband and sleep house. I don't believe in that. That is me. Everybody has got his own opinion. But with my opinion, he will come home, I will feed him, he will take his bath, I'll make love to him, and he'll still be my husband. But at midnight, I'll deal with him in my prayer. And then hold this. Anytime he goes to any woman, he won't perform. When it comes to me, it don't work because it's mine.
Now, what do you have to tell people who think your opinions are like unconventional? They are just not like what everybody expects. So some people will go to the extent of insulting you.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to such people?
They did the same to Jesus. The people that he gave his life to, some got to a point they wanted to stone him. He had to run away. I want the world to hear, I'm not saying it for them to follow. I am saying what God says I should say. There's some things when I say, me, the woman, it hits me. And I go back, I say, God, what did you say? Why did you say that? My ways are not the ways of God. The ways of God is what I follow. So they should pardon me. Some of the things I say is so hard, difficult to take in this society. But they can insult, they can do whatever they want to do. But if it's from God, you will run away, will come back to it. So I'm not here to please anybody and not to make somebody happy or to make some people follow or love me. You love me or you don't love me, it doesn't matter. But if God accepts me, I'm okay. What he says, I will do. And where he tells me, I will go. So I do what God says I should do. Sometimes it's hard. I'm even myself with my husband. And things when I come back home, I tell my husband, this thing God said is hard. Because you know this one. I won't do it. It's hard, but it takes time to absorb it. So they should pardon me and pray about anything I say so they'll be able to understand from God aspect, not human aspect. I beg them.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Reverend Dr. Charlotte Oduro.
Yes.
It was great having you, and we
Thank
look
you.
forward to seeing you more on the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the end of the show. We'll meet again on another episode. My name is Philip Abutiati, and this is YEN TV.